We're thrilled to welcome back a familiar face to Summit City Music Theater, actor Elvie Ellis, who wowed Fort Wayne audiences with The Music Man 2 years ago. Fresh off of the national tour of Hamilton, Elvie returns for one night only as a concert, sharing his music, his stories, and his incredible journey on stage. Hello and welcome, Elvie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, well, I'm so thrilled to speak with you on a number of things because it sounds like you're really busy right now, touring and then
Absolutely.
preparing for your own show. So why don't we start off by kind of giving us a background of your acting career and how you really got into Broadway?
Yeah, well, I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma originally, and I went to a performing arts high school, and so the theater bug kind of bit me there, and then it was, my dream to be on Broadway. I went to the University of Oklahoma and studied music education, and kind of actually thought that my pursuit of live theater as a career was done, and then, of course, when you've been bitten by the theater bug, it always comes back to you eventually.
Yeah.
And so it did. And so I have been fortunate to be on a couple of national tours. I started on the national tour of Waitress right out of the pandemic. And then I did 2 years on the national tour of Jesus Christ Superstar playing Judas, both of which those tours came to Fort Wayne. And then now I'm really fortunate to be in the Angelica tour of Hamilton, which is really exciting.
Right, and the Angelica tour is a good one. That's the one that I saw live, and so it is one of my favorite musicals. So I have a couple of questions about that before we dive into your big, one night only show.
For
So I
sure.
understand that through Hamilton, you play a role that I recently learned is a swing actor, and so literally you're the understudy of like four different characters essentially. So explain how that
Yes.
works. And which
Yeah,
characters?
so in the cast, we have obviously the onstage cast that most people see 8 times a week in their show. But the special thing about Hamilton is that it is, although it is really an amazing show, it is really taxing on the
Yes.
body and on the mind to do. It's a lot of words and a lot of heavy costumes and all of that. And so we have folks standing by, and that's what the position is called. I'm a standby, standing by to go into the show whenever people need a break or have to go to a wedding for a family member or so on and so forth. And so I do that for four of the principal male roles. I cover Aaron Burr, Lafayette slash Thomas Jefferson, King George III, and Hercules Mulligan slash James Madison. So it's a
Oh,
lot of information to keep straight in my head, but it's a really fun challenge to have and really exciting to get to play, a lot of different iconic characters.
right? I'm like, Aaron Burr, sir, should be his own, like have his own understudy. It's so many
Yeah.
words. I mean, the flow, the quickness of the rapping, that is one of the most impressive plays and musicals that I have ever seen. So kudos to you for having all that information in your head and have to be ready on the go. Can you give me
Thank
just
you.
one fun memory that you have created or maybe funny moment since you've been on the Hamilton tour?
Yeah, I'll give you two actually. So the first one was when we first opened this version of the tour. We did that last August, so it's been almost like exactly a year.
Hmm.
And I was learning Aaron Burr first as my first role to like cover. And unexpectedly, on our third performance, I got a phone call and they said, "Elvie, you're on tonight." And I was like, "Oh!" And I had been telling people for months. I was like, "Y'all, you will probably won't expect to see me go on for like at least a month or two." And
Yeah.
then the second day of performances, they were like, "And it's your turn." So that was really nerve wracking, but exciting. And then there was also a time where I had to go in the middle of the show, and so our performer who was playing Aaron Burr like started to feel ill pretty quickly after we started the show, and
Oh.
so he walked off of stage after Satisfied, and I walked right on stage it right before doing Wait For It, which is like one of Aaron Burr's like biggest, most
Yes.
emotional numbers. And it was really funny because we had switched actors and I walked in and the first thing that they say is, "Well, if it isn't Aaron Burr." And so I'm sure there were a few people in the audience, specifically in the front couple of rows, that were like, "Wait a minute, that's somebody different." But that is show business.
That is absolutely wow. That is so cool and so interesting all at the same time. And what is your reaction to the original Aaron Burr now being back and performing in New York in this leg of that tour?
It is super exciting. It is a little bittersweet, honestly,
Yeah.
only because like I wish that I could be in New York to be
Right.
able to
Yeah.
go see it. But obviously, we have performances the same time they have performances, so that makes it a little hard. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get away from the tour one night or something, so that I can,
Yeah.
get into the city and be able to see it. I was fortunate enough to meet Leslie after. At the stage door when he was the lead in Pearly Victorious,
Mm.
that play that was revived on Broadway, and he was really nice and it was really cool. And this was before I was in Hamilton, so
Yes.
I really hope I get to see him do the role again.
Yes,
Obviously,
and meeting him. This is just such a big year for Hamilton, celebrating the monumental 10 years, and now it's in theaters and just all the stuff that's happening. Just so exciting. So, as a Hamilton fan, so cool. Thank you for sharing about that experience. Now, let's get to your special show, your one night only here in
yeah.
our city. What can we expect from that night? That will be on Friday, October 3rd.
Yes. You can expect I'll be doing some of my favorite like musical theater tunes, basically, and I'm really excited about it. This is going to be kind of my first time dipping my toe into the solo performance realm, if you will. It's a super common thing throughout our industry, and so when Summit City Music Theater approached me about doing this as a fundraiser for their theater, obviously I, as you mentioned, got to work at the theater 2 years ago doing the Music Man, and absolutely loved my time there. And really like got welcomed into the community. So I was like ecstatic to just be able to do it because of that. But I also thought this will be a great opportunity for me to kind of like push myself and try something new. And so I'm really excited about it. I am, it comes along with all of the nerves of like, okay, it's literally just going to be me on stage. And trying to walking through people through like my experiences and sharing little anecdotes and things like that. So I think it'll be a fun night. Hopefully it'll be, somewhat introspective for folks, and maybe people will leave learning something new about the behind the scenes of, the theater industry.
Yes. Well, I love that so much. And how can people get tickets to see it? And what time is the show?
Yes. So the show is at 7:30, like you said, on October 3rd. It's taking place at the local archive at the Landing, and you can just go to Summit City Music Theater's website, and you can find tickets there.
Oh, perfect. Perfect spot. People can get dinner and then see a show with you.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
awesome. Well, we're so excited for you to be here in our city, being able to perform. Hopefully, we'll see more of you. And listen, my fingers have been crossed for us to get Hamilton here. So let that be the way that you
Yes.
come back to us. Come perform at the Embassy Theater. That will be amazing.
Absolutely. I know that we come to some cities that are somewhat close, and a lot of folks from Fort Wayne will travel to Chicago and different things like that, and then we'll be
Yes.
there soon. So hopefully, eventually, we can get it in Fort Wayne as well. I know
Yes.
that y'all will be really excited about that.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, you too. Thanks for having me.
Yes. And if you'd like more information about Summit City Music Theater, we'll have their website listed below. And remember, you can see Elvie Ellis for his one night only show that will take place on Friday, October 3rd. You can get tickets at the website below, and I'll see you after the break.